Hey guys, I want to say a very special thank you to the Marion County Visitors Bureau. They're our sponsor for today's broadcast. When you play the Seth Burton Memorial Disc Golf Course Complex, you're in the middle of everywhere. You can fuel up for a day on the course with fresh baked goodies and local roasted coffee at Joe and Throw. Savor authentic Italian recipes at Muriel's in Fairmont. Or sip an expertly crafted cocktail at Muriel's Full Bar. Visit Short Story Brewing in Reevesville for a local brew or something unique and savory from their street food kitchen. Grab a pint of locally crafted beer or a delicious meal at the Rambling Root, Fairmont's first brewery since Prohibition. Reward yourself with a ginormous ice cream treat from the Pokey Dot. Don't forget to take a break from the course and relax in nature at the Valley Falls State Park. Come check out a town that is embracing disc golf in such a unique way. Marion County, West Virginia. Special thank you to Marion County Visitors Bureau for sponsoring today's broadcast. Hello everyone and welcome back to Disc Golf Examiner. I'm Brian Keegan. I'm joined today by Vince Mach. Vince, how are you doing?
Doing well today, Brian. Very excited to be back on the commentary with you today.
That's right, because today we have coverage from the 2018 Seth Burton Memorial, and I am so excited. It was this morning was very foggy. It was a nice little drive into West Virginia, not too far from myself, and I'll tell you what, for having two disc golf courses at one park, it is just an amazing experience. I had a lot of fun being there, and I can't wait to go back and play it.
Yeah, I'm excited to go back and play it again. I played the event this weekend, and it was my first time. And I think I'm someone who plays pretty well blind, but I'll tell you, these courses really, I think, play a lot better if you've had a few rounds there and had a chance to check out some of the different lines. Because as you see, just with people warming up here, both courses are very technical, very wooded, and they play on this slope that you're seeing as well. Depending which course, you're either playing a right to left or a left to right, because the courses actually rotate in the opposite direction from each other. So,
yeah.
It's a pretty interesting layout. Never been on the property before, but it was a beautiful park. I'm excited to go back again.
I do want to say a special shout out to the Marion County Visitors Bureau for sponsoring us to be out at this event and covering it. It's such a beautiful course. I think it has a lot of really nice short technical shots with a lot of OB in the Seth Burton course. And then, of course, today we're going to be covering the Orange Crush, which is longer and I would say even more technical. Very, very limited amount of OB. But here's our card today. This is the MPO lead card. We have in the lead Chris Dickerson at 13 under. We have Andrew Fish at 7 under, Tyler Horne at 5 under, and Pete Caldwell at 3 under. And what's really interesting is that Chris Dickerson, during his first round here, was able to beat the course record with a 56. So it's probably not his first time playing here, but what I mean to say is that during the first round, he played and he got a 56, which set the record and set the bar so high for everybody else playing.
It's fair to say he lit it up. He absolutely just murdered it. And as you see, he has a 6-stroke lead heading into Sunday morning. So let's see what his tee shot can bring here. Looks like he's going putter. Nice controlled turnover. A little right up the hillside. And it really, with Orange Crush, as you see, the fairway slopes right down to the left. And our viewers can probably hear the traffic in the background. So there's a narrow fairway. There's a bunch of bumble on the left. And Fish is actually going to what I was just talking about. On the left side there, it slopes through the bumble down towards a road. And if you have the great misfortune to carry all the way down, you can find the road out of bounds. But there's a lot of natural OB, as they say, to play with your disc in the meantime.
And actually, Pete here kind of had a crazy morning, and he ended up just arriving at the tee time on time. And unfortunately, he didn't have time to warm up. But fortunately, that first shot's going to hit that tree, and it's going to be deep in the Bumble down there. I don't know if we can call it in Bumble in West Virginia. Can we call it that?
I'm calling it that. I hope they don't mind. So yeah, like you said, he's way down. You're still zooming out, and there's still more distance. Overhand is a great play, and to get back to the fairway, that's Herculean right there. I mean, he really had to find a couple narrow windows to get back out, and looks like Tyler also dropped short. But I got to watch him play live a little bit, and he's got this killer forehand. Turns it over, but gets a couple of good kicks, and he's by the short pin. So for our viewers at home, there's a red basket and an orange basket on every hole, which makes it really fun to come out and play because you can play a mix of layouts. But our pros are playing from the long tees to the orange baskets, and it is long and grueling and very mentally taxing. So Pete here, see what he can do.
You're not kidding. And Pete there looks like he's going to throw. He's going to be on the edge of the woods there. He should be in a good position. And you can see they're still going at this. It's one heck of a long hole to start the day off on.
Right. And you see there's the short pin there, and you can't even see the long pin. Or no, you can see way back there on the left side. I couldn't see it before. And
it's actually elevated,
Right. Sure. Why not elevate it on top of everything else? Let's put it about 10 feet up in the air just to make it more interesting. So you have to. So Dickerson here has the opportunity. You pretty much have to park your putt to have a hope at running it and not sailing long. I mean, any elevated basket like that makes it an automatic death putt. And maybe he was playing for the skip, but he finishes straight. He'll be able to get up and down for par from there. Pretty almost for sure.
And Fish is going to be in that little stream there, throwing through a very tight gap. He's going to have to get past another tree, and hopefully that hooks up. Yes. Oh, perfect. Upshot.
Yeah, found the line, able to skitter right up to the basket and let the mound there hold him down. It's like Tyler's following the same exact spot, no problem. And I'll be interested to see where Chris places this, because for where Tyler and Andrew are, that's maybe a little closer than I'd like to be, just because of the verticality of the basket.
Right.
So he looks like he was laying up long, but he got to kick back short. But I would want to be maybe 5 or 6 feet away just to have a better angle. Even though I could reach up and pretty much just put it in because I'm so tall, I still probably would want a little more room.
Yeah, I think with these guys though, I think they got some big height on them, and they're not going to be afraid of that. I don't think. Pete here definitely did lay a little further up, but he's very comfortable with a turbo putt, as we'll see.
I like you already, Pete. I love a guy with a good turbo putt.
Great.
No problem.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, a bogey there, is awesome.
Yeah, unfortunately, getting the bogey, but see if you're able to turn it around here. Everybody else will be taking the par.
And you can see them looking, because you have to throw it so softly, so short. You're almost worried about the change pushing your disc right back out. So it's a very touchy spot, no matter how close you are. But it's a nice use of the feature, that old chimney there.
So we're moving on to hole 2, which is codenamed Annie's Alley, and it's a par 4. It's 456 feet.
Yeah, these first few holes, like I said, play along the grade of the hillside, so they're relatively flat compared to some of the other holes, but you pay for the flatness by the narrow fairway and the hillside that slopes. Any shot that's going to hyzer out is going to do what we saw a couple of Pete shots do on the last hole, is just hyzer down the hill.
Yeah. So
it looks like Dickerson's lining up the same turnover.
Beautiful.
He's just trying to force it over into the hillside to control his landing spot. That is brilliant.
And I have to say a very special thank you to Mike Devaney for doing our catch cam. It was kind of last minute, and I'm glad to have somebody there to catch these discs in the woods for me.
Yeah, thanks a lot, Mike. It looks really good. Tyler gets a little kick back into the fairway, so that's not so bad. He should have something to work with from there. Hopefully, Pete's had a hole to warm up now, and maybe he can get a little better go at this hole.
All right, he's getting that nice turn. Yeah. Great landing.
Right by the guy who set the course record. I'd say that's a good shot.
Yes. And you got to think Chris might be going. I was told during the first round that he may have missed some easier putts, and he could have had a better score. So I think this round he's going to set the record again. That's what I think. He's just pushing himself because that's Chris Dickerson. He's just a fantastic player and always pushing himself harder and harder.
Yeah, I think that's probably what makes him. I think top 3 rated in the world, maybe number 3 overall. And Fish got a little kickback from that tree, but he's still in the fairway, so that's not so bad. And again, we can see the red basket short, and the orange basket is way long there. And Pete trying to force one over, just got a little straight on him, but dropped onto the edge of the fairway. And looks like Dickerson's lining up a thumber. Nice control, panning over.
Yeah, good roll even.
Yeah, rolled backwards a little bit, but he's got that fantastic step putt. It'll be interesting to see if he decides to pull that out. Fish throwing out that ultimate style forehand. Perfect, right up near the basket there. Pete also having to straddle. You'll see a lot of straddling out, a lot of patent pending on this course. I know the guys I was playing with, they made note of how many patent pending shots I had to throw, which sort of speaks to the kind of time I had on these courses. There's a lot of times where you'll be out of position, forced to throw from an odd stance, and it looks like he might be lining up that jump putt. Let's see here.
He's definitely outside the circle here, probably about 45 feet. Oh, nice putt for his bird. Starting.
And that, right, and that's how you're, like you said, starting to heat up a little bit, and that's how you're going to score on this course. If you end up a little short, you got to do some heroics to make a putt. Fish tops in a par.
Yeah.
Definitely not a bad score, but not what he's looking for trying to catch Dickerson.
Tyler's been one of our more covered players this year, too. He's been in a lot of our tournaments.
Yeah, I knew he seemed familiar when I saw him out there. And it's credit to you getting out there and doing all this coverage this year.
So hole 3 is a par 4. It's 458 feet. It's named Mirkwood. This is a very interesting hole. Because you do have the tight wooded area again, but you need to go right here, and Chris is going to have a beautiful drive. Wow.
Yeah, plays the turn of the fairway. That sort of goes a little dogleg right and then left again at the end. And
Fish is playing a roller. Wow, look at this.
Aggressive shot.
Yeah. Wow.
You got to have a lot of confidence in a roller out here with all of the roots and trees.
And, Tyler knocked off a tree in the center of the fairway.
Giving Mike his first taste of doing cam. Nice dodge, Mike.
Yes. Oh, and that is just a beautiful perfect landing. Everything.
Yeah. I could watch Pete throw turnover shots all day. It's obvious that's his bread and butter, just to watching him on a few holes.
Tyler with a sidearm. He'll be down there.
So now you're starting to see some of the elevation of Orange Crush, which is our first little downhill run. And it starts kind of this oscillating up and down that you'll see throughout the rest of the course.
And this entire week before the tournament, it rained a lot. So the ground was definitely soggy in places. But the previous day was beautiful weather as well as this day. So we were lucky to be out there when we were.
Absolutely. I wouldn't have wanted to be there any earlier. nice thing about the course on the hillside is it did drain pretty well, but there was definitely some spaces. Oh no, almost floats it down there, kicks off a tree, went short. I doubt he'll even try to run that. That's so far down there still.
Fish is gonna have to go to a kneeling straddle putt here. Looks like he was just trying to get it there. Might be a little bit further away than he would ideally like, but I've seen Fish make very long putts all day long. So
yeah, he's an excellent putter, and also on these holes with the basket sloping down the hill, you want to be as close as possible. Chris smartly plays up.
Yeah, beautiful. And Tyler here, but he's got some trees to contend with. But I think he's going to run this. And a beautiful putt for Bird. Wow.
That's a guy who wants to make up some strokes. Hyzer angle, downhill, got a lot of confidence in his stroke for sure.
He is such a confident, you wouldn't know it. Like, he just doesn't let things affect him one way or the other. He's just so cool-headed about it. But Tyler's just such a great putter. And Pete there with the turbo putt again.
Like I said, Pete, I like you. I don't know you, but I like you. That turbo putt is always fun to watch. Woo! Dickerson getting a little squirrely with his tap-in, but it's in the chains, and we're moving on.
Hole 4 is a par 4. It is 329 feet. It's named Going Up.
Yep, and like I said, once you're down, then you start going up, 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 and goodness, I'm glad I got to play the short tees in this event, because that is so far uphill.
Yeah, you're not kidding. Like that's a monster crush there by Tyler. These guys are making it look really easy as Chris throws.
I don't even know. I couldn't get my drive from the short tee, which is way up by that little white sign in the top right part of your corner of your screen. I couldn't even get my drive from there that far up the fairway because of how many trees there are. This shows why these guys are pros. I mean,
yeah, fantastic drives by all three.
Right. They're all right up in the same vicinity. I mean, look at how high they have to release their arm to get it moving up the hill. That's how steep this hill is.
It's going to catch a tree there.
There's a ravine there. There's all these, aside from the hills, there's all these ravines you'll find where the water runs down.
Yeah. As Pete's saying here, it is casual. He's going to place his mini marker directly back from the basket there. And first available lie there, he'll place the marker and he'll play his lie.
Very great knowledge of the rules to take his time and to find some good footing. And he's lucky, actually, that he had some good footing, because there's a lot of places where straight back is straight into bumble and there's no place for good footing. So we had people throwing out of ditches left and right. Let's see what Chris can do here.
Chris is going to go a little longer. He should have a putt. He might be a little bit outside putting range there, but for Chris, that's kind of putting range.
Yeah, I remember watching him at Ledgestone. Oh, Fish almost hitting the line. He's really just an inch or two away from some birdies here. He's just kind of moseying along, and I know he wants to be scoring right now.
Yeah.
We're watching Dickerson at Ledgestone, and the observation made there was maybe he was laying up just outside of the circle because of how good his jump putts are. So as long as you're pinned high here, you just don't want to be downhill from the basket. And Tyler threw a great upshot. He's under the basket. Even better.
Yeah. Fish, he's going to run it.
Whew. Why not? I mean, uphill backstop. I mean, the only risk is you catch cage and roll. You could roll literally back to the bottom tee pad.
I feel like you could say that about just about every hole on this course, that you could roll back. Yeah.
Right. Aside from the downhill ones. You wouldn't roll down. You wouldn't roll back for those. Kind of funny to imagine, but it wouldn't happen.
Pete thrown right up at it. That's good. That's great. Yeah, great run. Chris is going to have that tree a little in his way. I think he's going to lean out just a bit. Yeah, as far as he can. We'll see if he's able to make anything of this putt. He's about circle's edge there.
I'm trying to find that footing. Like you said, it was a little slick in spots. So
he does really well. He practices that shot 2 or 3 times before he goes for it.
yeah, every player has their routine, and he's religious about his.
Great putt for Bird. And now he's on a roll.
I am, continuing on his roll. I am blown away by how he is scoring and how consistently he's scoring. I don't know what else to say. It's scary and it's impressive.
And Tyler picking up his second bird there. We'll move on to hole number 5, which is a par 4. It's 469 feet around the bend. This is a very interesting one, I would say. It has people playing a little bit different of a shot than they have in the previous holes. It's like the go-to here is the forearm, not so much a turnover shot.
Absolutely. And I guess it speaks to just how far right and how hard it finishes to the right, or to where the landing zone is. I haven't played this long tee layout, so don't have as much knowledge maybe. And that's going way down the fairway. Spiking the hill, checking up, no problem. Andrew Fish. A little inside on the hillside. And it looks like maybe with Dickerson, you want to play it a little flatter and lower, because it looks like it's a little tree jail-y on the right side there. And Pete, just get down. Oh, no. And that's sailing way, way down the hill.
Yeah, he's going to be deep into those woods again. And unfortunately, that always costs a stroke on this course. And that's a great out, even a good roll. He should be in a perfect prime position to take advantage of the fairway.
Yeah, that was a brilliant out, and you're absolutely right. This is not a course where going off the fairway is something you can often, if ever, scramble back from to even save par. I mean, you're really looking at.
Oh no!
Not again. Oh, that hurts. That hurts me just watching it. The course is it is physically taxing and it is mentally taxing. Just every shot requires the utmost concentration. There's all these factors with the trees and the hillside and the footing. You really have to have your A, B, and C game dialed up. And sometimes you just get really great kicks like that.
Yeah. Yeah, luckily that tree caught Chris, and he'll be on the edge of the woods there.
Tyler straight over the short pin, down the road a piece. Hopefully he'll have a good look for his putt.
And Fish is going to have a really nice upshot there. I think he might actually get a roll down a little bit further than he would have liked, though.
It's so hard to control that angle.
Yeah, we have Pete here in the woods. He'll be thrown out. There, he's on the edge, not really. It's close to the fairway. It's not. We'll see if he has a shot here.
Yeah, at least he's out from the worst of it, and there's an alley down to the pin.
Oh, and a beautiful upshot.
That's nice. Yeah. That's a shot that I'm being told I need to work into my game. I was playing a casual round last night, and Mark Prostopnik was giving me a hard time about not being able to throw that touch Annie forehand that lands flat. So I'm going to work on it, because obviously it's very useful, especially in wooded courses like this.
Beautiful upshot for Chris.
Nice.
And Tyler. Beautiful putt for his par. And Fish is going to be outside the circle here.
Ooh.
And just off the top, and have a bad roll. He's going to have another putt from about that same distance. But he's going to make that one for his bogey.
Boy,
which puts Tyler in second place right from there. And unfortunately, Pete's going to take a double bogey, which brings him back to even.
Yeah, it's really hard. Again, these courses are not ones that you'd want to come in and just show up and start playing. It's so tough when you can't warm up in the morning, especially when it's cold.
So it's hole 6. It's a par 3. It's 267 feet, and it's called River Wild. This does go over a stream.
Yeah, and all these streams, again, are ravines that you can potentially fall into. So you want to get clean and get down the fairway. And Tyler has done so. He's up near the basket. Chris as well throws a nice straight forehand.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Late breaking into the hillside. And he's like, Tyler, I can throw that shot and a little bit better.
Wow.
Fish, you can hear a little bit of the verbal frustration, just not having the command he would like early. I know for me, this was the first tournament I played this year. I wasn't up at Worlds in Vermont or anything where it was colder in the morning, but this was my first tournament where it was cold in the morning. And the putters felt really slick in my hand.
I got to tell you, like, even just before this shot, traveling in the woods there, it was very slick, and it's very easy to fall, and it can happen in these situations. Just Fish had a beautiful out there, and Pete's unfortunately going to have hit a tree. It was definitely a challenge getting from hole to hole, because some of these hills, you had very muddy conditions.
Right. And Fish has got to sort of putt around the short pin into this very guarded basket back here.
And just over top. Yeah, it's unlike Fish, for sure. Chris is going to take his birdie. Great birdie.
Wow.
This guarded fairway, and Tyler has a drop in. Wow.
Two incredible drives to get all the way down through that fairway, and you can see how guarded the pin is. There's trees almost all the way around it. Fish just kind of a little frustrated, smacks his putter into the basket. He's going to move on and.
I can't say I've ever seen Fish like this before. It's definitely probably the course getting, it's a challenging course. It's definitely not easy. So hole 7's a par 3. It's 273 feet. Short, sharp shot. Try saying that 5 times fast.
Yeah, the whole course feels like a mental and physical tongue twister. So that's an accurate, name. And this one, you're playing a little bit downhill, but you still have to navigate through 1.5 million trees.
And I believe there's 2 ravines here that come together, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. Chris is going to have a beautiful shot down there. Skip up.
Player skip up the hill, sits down. Yeah, for my money. Wow. Oh, geez. Fish trying the overhand play, not not the result he was looking for.
And Pete's going to throw straight down at it. Have a nice little turnover there and hit the tree right beside it and drop. Wow. Great drive by Pete Caldwell.
Excellent. It's nice to see him getting it going a little bit here. For my money, this is the hardest course I've ever played by a long stretch. And I've been around to a few courses. I played Iron Hill in Delaware, which a lot of people say is the hardest course relative.
It's
to par.
Definitely a challenging course for sure, as Fish lays up. We have Chris from outside the circle. Just uphill. Great putt.
And if you look, that nose angle control with those downhill putts, you want to aim the disc exactly on the line you want into the basket. You don't really want to loft it too much. You want to get it pointing straight at the chains, and that was a perfect example of that. Tyler, a great putt.
Pete pitching his in for the bird.
Yep, you can just flop it right in there. No big deal.
And so we're going to go ahead and move on to hole number 8. It is a par 3, 319 feet.
Johnny's Quest. I like the reference.
Johnny's Quest, yeah. All right, that's a great drive there.
Yep, another almost straight uphill shot finishing left. So you just got to flip something up there, a little understable, let it stand up, and then still just ride all the way out to the basket. And compared to most of the holes, this actually has a decent little fairway lane. Ooh, Tyler just pulls his right a bit. Let's see if Fish can get something going here. Come on, man.
Yeah, I think it's just a little too short for what Fish was hoping for.
Rats. And Tyler here is short of the short tee, so he's really got ground to make up.
Yeah, well, it got sneaky back there. We'll see if it's anywhere near the basket. There's Fish's up shot.
Yeah, just having to pitch up again. That's rough.
Tyler
faded out down the hill.
It's so like Tyler to just go for it. He doesn't lay up. He goes for it. That's the kind of guy he is. That's a great run at it there.
For sure. Chris stepping it up.
Oh, just a little shy.
It looks like he maybe annied that one out and just tried to control the angle instead of throwing it straight at it.
Pete with a beautiful bird.
Stalling in the chain, style points.
That's right.
Yeah, it looks like Chris maybe was just trying to control his angles a bit more rather than worrying about it fading downhill. Just sort of give it a half go. Don't worry. And to finish my thought from before, I played Iron Hill. I played a lot of really hard courses, and this is the hardest course I've ever played. And I didn't even play the full long layout, and I played the gold layout of Iron Hill. This was harder for my money.
Yeah, it's extremely tightly wooded. Every single shot. As we move on to hole 9, it's par 4, 231 feet. We'll see that. Shoot the moon. You got to go to the right of the Mando there.
Right, you got to go up. You got to. There's really no way to get there. Not from the long tee, because you have to kind of play up to where that sunshine is around the corner, just a placement shot to be able to make your approach into the green. It's straight up and almost a 90-degree angle to the left.
Fish, that's a great drive. He's going to be a little straighter up there, I think, where he landed.
Nice looking hyzer. And Tyler's definitely got the power.
Oh no, he's gonna hit into the woods though. He did make the Mando.
Yeah, the Mando's pretty short. I think it's just to keep you from cutting off the angle. So they, you really just need to get up 150 feet. Yeah, Tyler was in these woods though.
Yeah, he's gonna hit a tree closer to the edge. Fish. He can look down the fairway at the basket now, so you got to think that he's going for it right now. Great throw. Well, it's gonna
checked out of the short basket.
Yeah.
It is an interesting feature. There's not too many courses I've played where you have both baskets in,
and they really do sometimes come into play, having both baskets out there. You land underneath one of the short baskets, and suddenly your footing's disrupted.
Right, and it plays just like for our viewers at home. It plays just like a tree or a bush or anything else. So if Fish's putt would have stuck, it's just another obstacle that he has to mark and play from there. And yeah, because it's such a funny feature, you just have to treat it like any other obstacle on the course. But it does kind of get in your head a little bit seeing another basket there.
Yeah, unfortunately, he's gonna not quite play that out the way that he wanted it to. But Pete, from far outside the circle, is gonna give it a good layup there, and Chris is probably 35, 40 feet out at this point.
Which is right in his wheelhouse for this jump putt.
Beautiful bird. Wow, and he just continues to take the lead.
It looks routine. It is how he's carving up this incredibly technical, challenging course.
I really think Chris is going to try to beat his record today. Like that's really what he came to do, was to see if he could do even better than he did the day previous, and that's a great attitude to have.
Yeah, why not?
Hole 10's a par 5 at 612 feet. Pipe Dreams. This one's interesting. It's kind of, you have to go down, hook up to the left, and then you have to go straight through that. And Chris is going to have a nice straight shot there.
Yeah, headhunting your poor catch cam guy again.
Yeah.
Trial by fire, Mike.
Yeah. Luckily, we asked Mike to go back a little further, or else could have been him right there.
Yeah, that was a good decision. So yeah, you see how low these guys are following through, almost at like their thigh or knee level to get the disc on the angle moving downhill. Tyler tried something more stable, just didn't get the angle that he needed.
Pete's getting sneaky.
Wow. It looks like he made it past most of the trees down there, so hopefully he'll have a good approach coming down the hill here. And this is one of the longer holes we played so far, 600 plus feet. Moving down the fairway, Tyler's hopefully in the middle there. Fish looks like ended a little right side. He's got room to work.
Great turnover shot there. We'll see where it landed, if he has a good shot from there.
I hope so. I mean, the front nine did not go his way. He dropped a bunch of strokes, and I'm sure he's looking to maybe just put that behind him, reset, back nine, and then let's get something going.
He can still, at this point, come after that second place without a problem. He's only 3 strokes behind. He can still make it up. And
absolutely,
that was a great upshot there by Chris. He hit a tree, and he's going to be caught in some weird logs there, but we'll see what he's able to make of that.
Pete's
there's going to have a tree here in his way.
Oh, geez. Well, flick roller, though. That's nice. Get out. Maybe behind. Oh, scared some birds out of the bumble there. But able to just lay up and run it. Oh, he was running it, I would say. Yeah, there's a giant pile of logs right here on the edge of the green, and I had to putt out of it, and it can make for some interesting footing. Good run by Fish there.
And this is for eagle, if Chris is able to make this.
That's what I was thinking, is I think that was Fish's eagle putt too, right? Yeah. He was down there in 2.
So Chris, he's outside the circle here. He has some strange footing with those logs to deal with, but just tickles the chains on the left-hand side. So close to that eagle.
Yeah, if you're hunting the course record, an eagle definitely will help you get there faster. Almost stuck it, but the band just said no.
Official drop in for his bird. Not quite a drop in, but I mean for him.
Yeah, for him. Maybe not for you or me. Maybe for you, because you're a pretty good putter. Maybe not for me, but for Fish and you, that's a drop in, and it's nice to see him start to score a little bit. I think that was his first birdie of the round, so I'm sure that feels good. Even though maybe you're disappointed you didn't get the eagle, it's good to start getting the score moving in the correct direction.
So we'll go ahead and move on to hole number 11, which is a par 3, 645 feet. It's called the Valley of Doom.
Yeah, when you get into these back holes here, no more of that playing along the grade of the hill. Now you're playing either straight up or straight down, across ravines, through all sorts of different obstacles. And Chris found the skinniest little line down. I don't think you want to be that far right. Or
actually, he is past the basket. He actually went down the ravine behind the basket.
Geez, well, yeah, you definitely don't want that.
Yeah.
So he found kind of like a skinny gap off to the right that put him past the pin. That is interesting.
Yeah, that's not something a lot of people can do. And as you'll see, like these trees are just in the way of just about every line.
Yeah, you folks can see from home. I mean, I think Tyler probably hit the gap that you want to hit, but didn't get the turnover he wanted. That's how narrow the fairway is. And it narrows as you go down. So you see the basket, there's sort of a little ravine short, and then there's a big old ravine long. And Fish rolled down the little ravine and is now maybe 40 so feet below the basket. So he's putting uphill.
Pete's upshot. Oh, he's going to hit that tree, unfortunately. He'll be outside putting range, I think.
That stinks. That was looking really good. I thought he was going to connect right into the hillside. Tyler leaves it a little uphill, but I, again, would rather be uphill personally than downhill. Oh, geez. Pete.
Oh, he lost his drink.
Oh, no. But he narrowly avoids the yard sale, so at least his discs didn't go rolling everywhere. Lofts it up. Banded. No.
And Chris is all the way down in the ravine. It's probably 20 feet down, I'd say, maybe a little bit further.
Yeah, I would say more. I mean, that's way the heck down there.
Yeah.
I wonder if he could even quite see the basket from that angle because of how steep it was.
Fish doing his patented stretch for his putt, and it works for him just like it always does.
Good stuff. He does seem to usually make it when he does that stretch. I don't know if there's a certain time when he does it or doesn't do it.
It's like
I don't think he always does it.
Yeah, it's like a Zen thing or something. I don't know. I gotta ask him sometime.
Everyone else just cleaning up here. Pete, I think, gets a bogey. Yeah, it's tough when you don't get down towards the green on your tee shot on these holes.
So we're moving on to hole number 12. It's a par 3. It's 291 feet. It's the tutorial. And this one is another uphill, tightly wooded shot. You're going to end up to the right where the basket is. Or sorry, left where the basket is.
Right. And this starts a sequence of alternating very steep up and down. This is probably the hardest. I mean, the course is all really hard, but I would say this is probably the hardest stretch. And Fish catches an early tree, is going to be off left there in tree jail. Looks like there's just one fairway that you want to pipe up on a hyzer. Tyler throwing a force. That is really stable for an uphill shot. Man, he's got a crazy arm.
He really does. He really does, yeah. Looks like Pete's going to go with a great shot. Yeah, great drive.
That's excellent. Something a little less stable that'll actually flip up and ride while still on the hyzer. Fish throwing another overhand, curls around right over towards the orange pin, right?
Yes. Yeah, he should be in a good position there.
Nice stuff.
Tyler's going to have some woods to deal with here. I do want to say a very special shout out to the tournament director, Joshua Smith, for having us out there to cover this fantastic event. It was a great time, and it was truly a pleasure to come out there and see this legendary event for myself.
Yeah, it's a very storied event. 20th year this year, if I'm remembering correctly. And it was, I agree, great to be a part of it. Nice job, Josh, running the event. Everything from, the players' packs to the snacks they provided in the morning, and homemade lunch always is nice. Fish trying to run it in just a little bit short. He'll have to settle for a bogey. Pete straddling out. Throws up a nice lofty one. Just a little short.
And if I know Tyler, he's running it. Oh, just a bit over top.
That's so difficult. These holes are all so difficult.
Yeah.
I'm just looking at it and I'm getting flashbacks.
No, this one's just at circle's edge. And Chris nails it for his par. Fish will take a bogey. We'll have Pete turbo putting in for his par. And then Tyler.
A little more than you want for your putt out here.
No problem with the bogey.
Par, bogey, bogey, folks. That's how hard this course is. That's our top card. That's rough.
So hole 13's a par 3. It's 389 feet. It's called the Descent. This one is a doozy, and probably more than any other hole on the course. It is a ways down there.
Yeah, and it's, again, almost straight down. It's probably the first or second most steep. But you need something that is stable that will carry left the whole way, because the orange basket, the red basket is straight ahead there, you can see. But the pin we're playing to is off to the left, up that ravine that cuts at the bottom a little bit. So you want to play something that is stable enough that is going to either go straight and fade out or hold a hyzer the whole way on like a gradual flip up. And let's see if Pete can do that. I bet he's got that shot.
Oh.
Bag rats, but he gets kicked off.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's so tightly wooded. You do have to throw something that's going to descend quickly, but also stay straight long enough. It's just a really tough shot to be able to make, and there's definitely some frustration happening at this point for sure.
Right. I mean, you start off, you're in the woods the whole time, and now you're fatigued towards the end of your round, and you're going up and down and up and down, and Fish looks like he's short of the short tee, which is still way the heck down there.
He's going to have a bounce, and he's going to go over to the right side of the fairway. He should have a look at the basket from there, but it's going to be just for an upshot because it's still a ways down the fairway.
Yeah, these guys are really having to fight their way down. Tyler.
Good kick out. Fairway.
Right.
Pete in the woods here. After he finds his placement, he's going to be throwing downhill. And yes, he finds a gap out. Unfortunately, it's a little longer, but he's down there.
Yeah, he's probably 80 to 100 feet down away from the basket. Andrew played nice controlled approach into the green. And Tyler, you can run this. I mean, it's on an uphill, so give it a go.
Yeah. Oh, that looks so close.
Great bid.
We still haven't seen Chris's lie. Did you notice that?
What's that?
We still haven't seen Chris's lie.
Oh my goodness. He's playing so well and throwing so fewer strokes that I am sometimes just forgetting that he's there. I hate to say it, but it's crazy. He
didn't know that he made it down this far whenever he threw that shot. So we were all just blown away by just how close he was able to get it. Unfortunately, just with that downhill with the footing, he was just off just maybe a foot on his putt there.
Man, yeah, I had from the short tee, mind you, I had a putt from about that spot for birdie, but it was my first hole, and I just left it low, and it would have been a really fun birdie to get even from the short tee.
It's one of those things where you have the hill and your footing and everything is just so drastically changes that it makes it really tough to run those. Oh, Fish almost fell there too.
Balancing act, yeah.
All right, so we're going to go ahead and move on to hole number 14, which is a par 3. It's 377 feet. This one is kind of down the ravine and up, but really it's called the ascent because you're coming back up. But if you have a strong enough arm, you can make it up that hill. With a good skip shot.
I'll believe it when I see it because the ceiling is so low.
Mm-hmm.
I want to see how far these guys can get. Because even, again, from the short tee, that's – so if you can see, folks at home, the branches there, the basket is way the heck up above these branches. So I really – unless Tyler is going to show me something that's going to blow my mind, these guys are all laying up onto the hillside and making their approach from there. I honestly don't know how you could get there in one. But if anybody can do it on this,
why not?
Tyler.
Tyler giving it a great rip, and he's going to be the furthest.
Yeah,
by about 5 feet.
Right, but again, he's just playing it into the hillside because the orange basket is still like 200 feet up the hill, guarded by all those branches. But Fish throws an amazing approach. He's sitting right up there by those trees. Dickerson uphill run up. Woo!
Hit that tree. It's going to roll away.
But
could we see his first bogey today?
I don't know. I don't think so, but I could be wrong. But it just shows, it always helps when the breaks go your way. Instead of his disc rolling down the hill, it just sort of rolled off to the side. So he got a pretty good break, all things considered. Wow. Okay, he got pretty far up the hill, but I really don't see how you could get there in one drive. Oh no. There's few things worse than when you have the best drive of the bunch and then you throw your upshot and it's short or it kicks a tree. I really don't like that.
Oh, unfortunately, just a little right. And you can tell, like, this is definitely the up and downhill. It wears on you after 14 holes, and you start making mistakes. Like that's just a natural thing that happens. Taking your time is absolutely necessary. Pete for his par, pitching in.
Awesome par. You're absolutely right. The fatigue, mental and physical.
And Chris has a tree to contend with here on the right side of the basket. He has to go Anheuser around that tree almost.
Well, he did it once before, so let's see if he can dial that up again here.
Beautiful. No problem. Yes.
I didn't think we were going to see a bogey, Brian. You didn't fool me one bit. He's playing even when he's off, he's playing lights out.
That's right. So hole 15 is a par 4. It's 426 feet. It's the Doomerang.
I want to say it like in like Randy Savage Macho Man, like the Doomerang. You're a wrestling fan, right?
Oh, so, yeah, totally. That totally works.
Yeah. That's what it makes me want to say it like. And this this hole is bonkers. So you have to play a hyzer or a controlled forehand flex like Chris threw way up over the hill to the left. It is a blind tee shot that you have to control into a very narrow fairway where there's sort of a left and a right fairway, and then the basket is way down the hill on that fairway, and you gotta make it work.
And Fish had a great drive there.
Excellent.
Tyler's, we'll see where he's ended up. He might be a little bit short there. He might end up in the woods a little bit.
So you get to the top of this hill, and then you have to throw a controlled approach down the hill.
And Fish is running it. Oh. Wow.
So close. What a run. At this point, I'm sure he's thinking, just give me something.
Yeah. I think, they still have a final 9 to get to. Maybe he can make up a few strokes here and pull out second place going into the final 9. But Tyler is having a great round. He's keeping it up. It looks like he's in the woods here now. He's going to have to pitch out and have a little bit of a... I'm sorry, that was Chris. That was Chris throwing out of the woods there.
Yeah.
There's Tyler.
Tyler's in a much better position, but that is, folks, you can't tell, but that is... Oh, no.
Yes.
Again with the great drive, and then the upshot just bites you. But he was so far down the fairway. It's really hard. You're doing a great job, Brian, but it is so hard to film this course because of how tight and technical and how many blind shots there are. He is so far down the fairway. That drive is an absolute mash to go uphill and then downhill and to be on the edge of the fairway. Chris is right up against the short basket, so he's got to straddle out kind of funny here.
Yeah, he faked me out.
He'll do it one of these times here. Maybe this time. Here he goes.
Beautiful putt for bird. Chris Dickerson does it again. Wow. I got to do some quick number tallying. You go ahead.
Yeah, that's amazing. Absolutely amazing that he's still scoring birdies on these holes.
That's his 7th birdie on the round.
That's amazing. Fish cards another birdie. I think that's only his 2nd or 3rd, which really stinks. Not the round he was looking for this morning.
You know, there's still 3 more holes to play, and he is on set to, if not beat, match his previous course record here set yesterday. Hole 16 is a par 3. It's 411 feet. It's the sneaky holler. Don't ask me. Don't ask me.
Don Aaron, the sneaky holler.
Yeah. This one you have to throw over the road, down the hill, and the basket's over on the left-hand side, all the way down there at the bottom by the creek. And,
right.
Chris has thrown a great shot down there.
Yeah, and this shot's very similar to hole 13, where you have to play almost straight down, like it feels like you're throwing again at your knees.
Yes.
You want to get something that's going to filter and hyzer all the way down the hill, and there's a ravine about where Mike's there with the catch cam, and maybe Fish has found the ravine there, which makes your approach a little tricky. Pete throwing what looks to me like the best of the bunch so far.
Actually, he's going to hit a tree there and
Rats.
drop down. He's going to be in a kind of a weird position, but looks like Tyler's going with his Buzz.
Ooh, Buzz is a great disc for this shot. Something that's great.
Look at that.
But that hopefully will finish.
I think it just went as straight can be down there.
Oh, goodness.
We'll see where he's at here in a moment.
Yeah, because that hillside past the basket is really thick with some kind of thorns or rhododendron, mountain laurel, something. It's thick. Kind of like what Pete's dealing with here. The stuff is thick. He's batting away at probably spider webs. There's a lot of spider webs out walking around in the course. Boy, he's really in a tricky spot. And he's still pretty far away, too.
Yeah.
So having to throw a touch tomahawk.
Looks like he's going for it here. Let's see if he's able to get this disc to flex the way that he needs it to here. Yeah. Wow.
That's amazing. Yep, Fish is in the ravine and kind of dealing with this giant concrete manhole here. Running water under his stance. But he's looking like he wants to make something happen here.
Oh!
So close!
Right off the rim. I would say that's the inside of the rim that he bounced off of.
Yeah, front side rim somehow spun him around out, and Tyler went way deep through all of that stuff. So he has to throw it over the top. And it's caught up short, and he's still about 30 or 35, maybe 30 out, but he's having to straddle.
Yeah, he does have some trees to contend with.
So no gimmies here.
Oh, and he nails it. Wow. And this is Chris's drive.
That's amazing. Maybe the best well, actually not maybe. Definitely the best I saw.
I believe that was his PA3 too for that drive. Wow.
Right.
Great birdie.
Just stable enough that it'll go and hold that hyzer the whole way down, get you in the position you need. Fish, boom. Boy, that would have been cool if that one went in from all the way back there. Too bad.
Chris has been putting with the PA3 too, actually. And that's been on all day for him. So he took another bird. So we're moving on to hole number 17. It's a par 4, 381 feet on the way home.
And it really feels like, oh goodness, we're almost there.
Yeah.
And this is our last really little bit of uphill here to get back to the grade that we started on at the beginning of the course. So it's another where you've got to kind of play to the top of the hill, maybe hyzer around to the left a little bit, but then you got to play kind of like a straighter tunnel shot to get your way up to the green. And Chris is playing the shots kind of like he did at the beginning. Turn it over, let it smack into the hillside to not risk fading out.
Oh, no. Looks like Fish is going to be up on the short tee.
Yeah,
or just beside it.
I hope he made it up into that short tee gap, because that'll actually give you kind of a straight-ish line to the basket where he could still save a birdie.
Pete's going to play it sneaky, and that's going to be a beautiful drive.
Sneaky Pete. He's been getting a little sneaky today.
He really has.
Tyler going back to that force that he really likes throwing. Just a little inside, but fairway kick. Not too bad. Yeah. So Fish has got that Undertaker that he was throwing really straight and nice all weekend. So let's see if he can make something happen with that. I think it's his Undertaker. Can't see from my screen.
All right. Yes. All the way down the fairway.
Yeah, so he might have a look at it from there, depending how far down he got. Because from the short tee, it's sort of just like a hyzer flip with a little bit of turn. Tyler getting around the corner, fading out.
Yeah, we'll see where he ended up here in a moment. Chris has perfect placement here. Wow.
Yeah, this is, if you could, as they say, if you could pick it up and drop it somewhere, that's probably about where you'd like to drop it. He throws a nice approach shot. Pete got an even nicer drive. He can just sort of float one down towards the green. And, wow, Fish scrambled really well, and he's got a chance for a birdie here. Big stretch.
Get the blood flowing.
Right.
Great putt for bird for Fish.
Amazing save. For
the we'll see if what Tyler is able to come up with here. For his bird, okay, so we have one stroke advantage to Tyler for second place. Chris, this is for his bird.
Another birdie. What a surprise from Chris today. He is lighting it up. Perfect.
That is his ninth bird.
I'm speechless, Brian. You're going to have to get somebody else commentary because I am speechless.
Hole 18 is a par 5. It's 502 feet. It's the Truculence?
Truculent.
Truculence. That's a word I'm not familiar with.
I'll have to look up the definition again. I know how to say it, but I don't remember what it means, but it probably has something to do with the fact that this hole, one more slog down like an extremely tree-lined fairway, and you can see for these guys, pretty much the only play is a forehand because that tree right in front there is blocking almost any other type of shot. You have to throw a flex or straight forehand to get down this gap.
And Fish is going to take a bad hit there, and he's going to go off the fairway.
So Pete is going to make me eat my words here and throw a backhand. So there is a very tight inside putter line that he dials up perfectly, but you're going to get more distance if you throw the flex forehand. But on this hole, par 5, 502 feet, if you can bite off 200 or so feet a couple times, you'll be looking at your birdie putt.
And Tyler with a beautiful drive. Look at this. Wow, over the log with the skip. Wow.
So that's the benefit of throwing the flex forehand, is you can get a ton more distance and maybe get that eagle look. Fish, another oh no. Oh boy. Oh boy.
So many trees.
It's so hard to stay clean in these fairways.
Yeah.
There's lines here and there, but there definitely isn't like one.
Oh, but Chris is going to have a really nice second shot there.
Wow.
He might be close enough to that basket to actually run that, and that would put him. That would break his previous record set the day before.
If he makes the eagle putt.
If he makes the eagle putt.
Rats. Oh boy. Fish, man. I'm really feeling for you. I'm sorry that it was such a rough go out there. It's tough. It's such a hard course.
Looks like Pete's going to have a really nice upshot there too.
Yeah, giving a little go at it. And Tyler was so far down the fairway, he was almost pin high with the short basket, and unfortunately caught a bad break a little bit ago. Fish just kind of ending up there on the green by that big rock.
So I think Tyler's going to run this for his eagle.
That's been a theme of his too today, is why not run it?
Yeah,
not quite.
And Chris, this is for Chris's eagle. If he makes this, he's broken his previous days and course record. Ooh.
Oh, did that spit through?
No, it hit the left side low and actually just knocked out.
Rats.
But
say if that was a spit through, that would have been some rotten luck. But left side low is a great spot to hit those baskets.
Great putt there for Fish.
Yeah, and you can see body language back there. Not pleased, but he'll have a chance, like you said, to come back in the final 9 for some redemption.
Tyler, he can still come away with second place. Great putt there for Tyler, getting his bird.
And we'll have to see though if other people jumped up from the chase card to get on the final 9 card.
How about this? Chris taking a bird on the last hole, tying and confirming his course record the day after he set the course record.
It's so nice he did it twice. Good job, Chris.
Wow, consistency. Wow. Just absolutely amazing. These guys were so much fun to cover and watch. They all taught me something just following them out there. And man, just my mind is still blown that he tied his course record, and he could have had a chance to actually one up it. Just unbelievable.
He had the opportunity there at the end, and it's a testament to clean golf. I mean, he wasn't throwing a ton of like full power rips. He was picking his spots, placing his drives, and giving himself the opportunity to score. And from everybody else that I've talked to, that's definitely how you want to play this course. It's what it demands of you if you want to do well. Get a little bit of a little gallery here.
Yeah. The guys came over after the first round had finished over at Seth Burton. They came over to Orange Crush and watched the pros play their final few holes there, and had a little bit of fun there. Had some photography as well, which was great. But it was so much fun. I just have to say again, so much fun out there. And I got to say a special thank you to the Marion County Visitors Bureau for sponsoring us to be out there. You guys have got to check out what this area is doing with disc golf. They have an entire complex, it's definitely worth taking a day, maybe 2 days, come out and play these courses and check out the local community and see what they have going on. There's so many different companies, businesses that are supporting the disc golf scene out there that I find it really kind of inspirational to see the kind of community embracing disc golf like that. So folks, do yourself a favor and give yourself 2 days, because your body will thank you. And there's so many different layouts on the courses you can play. And I agree. True. I was blown away to see that the Visitors Bureau sponsored the coverage. It's really cool to see a community, not just a disc golf centered business, but a full community kind of putting their support behind the sport and the event. So thanks for sponsoring the coverage, Marion County. That's right. Hashtag grow the sport.
Hashtag.
So that's going to do it for our coverage. Is there anything else you want to say before we go, Vince?
Looking forward to the final 9. Can't wait to see how it all plays out.
Yeah. If you guys stay tuned, in the next day or so, we're going to have coverage of the final 9 from the 2018 Seth Burton Memorial. It's going to be a really good one. We have some very interesting players coming up, including, it's actually going to be a 5-some card. We have Owen Heilman, who's a pro that we have covered before and is a really great one to watch, as well as Brad Schick. That's right. Columbus's own Brad Schick will be joining us for the final 9, along with Chris Dickerson, Andrew Fish, and Tyler Horne. So look forward to that. And that's going to do it for us today, guys. So thanks for joining us. And until next time, keep banging those chains. Hey guys, I want to say a very special thank you to the Marion County Visitors Bureau. They're our sponsor for today's broadcast. When you play the Seth Burton Memorial Disc Golf Course Complex, you're in the middle of everywhere. You can fuel up for a day on the course with fresh baked goodies and local roasted coffee at Joe and Throw. Savor authentic Italian recipes at Muriel's in Fairmont. Or sip an expertly crafted cocktail at Muriel's Full Bar. Visit Short Story Brewing in Reevesville for a local brew or something unique and savory from their street food kitchen. Grab a pint of locally crafted beer or a delicious meal at the Rambling Root, Fairmont's first brewery since Prohibition. Reward yourself with a ginormous ice cream treat from the Pokey Dot. Don't forget to take a break from the course and relax in nature at the Valley Falls State Park. Come check out a town that is embracing disc golf in such a unique way. Marion County, West Virginia. Special thank you to Marion County Visitors Bureau for sponsoring today's broadcast.